welcome to Help My Daughter Loves Horses. I'm Allie, this is Noah, and we're here to help you enjoy horses in a fun, safe way. So today, I'm going to show you how to tack up a horse. And what tack up means is how to put all of the different pieces of equipment needed for riding properly on a horse. So first off, you want to start by grooming a horse. So I've already groomed Noah. I did a podcast about grooming, but you want to make sure your horse is clean before you put any tack on him. So once your horse is clean, you start with the saddle blanket. So this is just a simple square saddle pad, right? And you place that on the horse, and now it's important to your horse stand for this. And when I say stand, that means he's not walking wildly all around and running into you, making it generally difficult to put his tack on. So you'll notice I've put his saddle blanket pretty high up on his withers. And that's because once I put the saddle on, I'm going to slide it backwards to make sure that all of his fur is flat and pointing the proper way. So this is my dressage saddle, newly cleaned. And you'll notice that my stirrups are run up. I don't want them dangling around because when I try to put the saddle on, they might whack Noah and he won't appreciate that very much. So I take the saddle, I lift it up, and I place it down on his back. I want to make sure that the saddle flaps aren't tucked up, caught anywhere. I want to make sure that they're flat and that it's seated evenly on his pad. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the pad and I'm going to just settle that down on Noah's back. Now when you do this enough, you'll realize that there's a point at which the saddle kind of sticks. It slides down and then kind of stops, and that's where a saddle should be. You don't want it too high, because I push too much pressure on his withers, and you don't want it too far back, which is very hard for me to get it that far back, but that would put too much pressure on the unprotected part of Noah's spine. So again, we pick it up, and we settle it in nice and even. You want to straighten out your blanket, making sure there's no wrinkles, because wrinkles cause pressure, and pressure hurts the horse. So we've smoothed that out. I'm going to walk around the other side. I'm going to check that the other side of his saddle is all right. So it's looking good. And the last thing I want to check is that there's a little room underneath the pad. If this pad is stretched flat across his withers, again, that generates pressure on his withers, and that's not very comfortable. So we've checked that. Now, the next thing is to put your girth on, because your girth, this, is what holds your saddle in place. Now, girths oftentimes have one elastic end and one non-elastic end. And for this girth, because you can't see it, you just have to know which end's which. But you'll see the elastic side I can pull on. It's got give. The non-elastic side, I can pull as hard as I want, and there's no give. You want to put the non-elastic side on your horse first. And you want to put the non-elastic side on the right side of your horse. And this is because you mount a horse, you get on a horse from the left side. And the last thing you want to do before you get on is check your girth. And it's much easier to tighten a girth from the elastic side than the non-elastic side. So I'm going to go around Noah and I'm going to put on the non-elastic side onto his right side of his saddle. So again, hand on butt, walking around him. You'll see here, Noah has, these are called billet straps. These are what the girth attaches to. So I'm going to ask Noah to step over a little bit. Good boy. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to put the left strap through the left buckle. I'm going to put the right strap through the right buckle. And now I'm not putting these on as tight as they'll go, because I still need to attach the other side. So I've got girth attached on this side. I'm going to go back around, I'm going to put the other side on, and then I'm going to come back to this side and tighten it as much as I can. So, good boy, good boy. So I reach under the horse without putting my body under the horse. See, all you see under the horse is my hand, just my hand. Reach under, grab the girth. I put one side in, put the other side in. Some horses are what's called girthy. And they don't like their girths tightened, or cinched is another word for tightening a girth. So you can see I've only put it up a couple holes, it's still very loose. And so now you can see over here, I'm going to go to the other side, tighten the other side. And for horses that are girthy, and don't like to have their girth tightened, it's a very good idea to tighten the girth slowly. So as you're putting the girth on, you might only tighten it one hole at a time, then you might do something else. Come back, tighten it another hole. Go away, do something else, and so on until the girth is tight. Now, you might wonder, how do you know if a girth is tight? So what you do after you've gotten it tight is you see if you can put your hand in and pull it off. So his girth is still a little loose, because look, I can put my whole hand under his girth and pull it off. It's snug if you can get one or two fingers in, but nothing more. So I'm gonna have to tighten this girth a little bit more. Now the other thing is, if you've got a girth that's very hard to tighten, sometimes you need a little bit more force. So what I like to do is, if you take the billet strap and you put it over your thumb and you kind of drop down, you can actually use your legs and push, and that gives you much more strength to get a girth tight. Now you want to make sure you don't tighten a girth too much, because that's going to be very uncomfortable for the horse. You just want to make it so, see, now I can get a couple fingers under, but I can't pull it off him. That's what I like. If you can't even get a finger under there, your girth is probably too tight. So, got a saddle on.